Okay, so if I were taking an exam, and certainly if you're not well prepared, you might say I can't remember a lot of things, but you should be able to derive some things. So for example, I see the arc sign. I don't know that guy's antiderivative, but what I do know is I know its derivative. And to do that, I'm just going to review little things with you. I'll write this as sine of y equals x, all right? And then I can differentiate this, and I get cosine of y, dy dx equals 1, and then dy dx equals 1 over cosine of y. And certainly there's restrictions on the x's and the y's, so I'm not too worried about this point. I'm just kind of thinking if I can get through the problem. And I'm going to remind myself, the triangle business that we've done before. And I'm going to say the angle's y, and the sine of y would be x over 1. I got this part over here. And this means this is going to be 1 minus x squared. So this guy over here is going to be 1 over, let's see, the cosine of y would just be this. All right? So what I now know is I'm going to try to do this by integration by parts. All right? So I'm going to say u is equal to the arc sine, and I'm going to say du is going to be 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared dx. I'm going to say dx is equal to dv. I'm not worried about the constant of integration yet. We'll do that later. All right, so I'm pretty comfortable that this might produce something that I can recognize. But if not, I'll just say it didn't take long to get there. So let's write this over here. So it's going to be uv, so it's x arc sine, minus, here comes the tough part, it's going to be, let's see, I get this over here, and then I get an x, and I get a dx. All right? So I feel comfortable about that, because I'm looking at that guy, and I'm going to say the integration got easier for me. Right? I need to erase this over here, because I'm done with this. I don't need this anymore. But I'm looking at this integration now, and I'm starting to myself as, I could do that by u substitution. And the u I'm going to let is, I'm going to let u equal 1 minus x squared. And what's du going to be equal to? Minus 2x dx. Let me put that down for you. I'll put the minus 2 here, and on the outside I'm going to put down 1 over minus 2, which would cancel that out there. Now, let me write this over here. It's going to be x arc sine of x plus 1/2. Now I see the minus 2x dx, which is just a du. And the bottom is just going to be u to the 1/2 power. I got a little star there indicating I'd go back to land of u's later. Let's put this down, x arc sine of x plus 1/2. And that's going to be u to the minus 1/2, so I have to increase it by a 1, so it's going to be 1/2. And then I divide by half, which is like multiplying by 2, plus some constant of integration. Now we got mixed territory. We got the u's and the x's together. I need to clean this up. And let's see if we can do that. It's going to be plus, the 2's cancel, and we get the root. And what's u? It's 1 minus x squared plus c. Okay, we're done. And let's look at the key. I did the first thing. I want to point out integration by parts. It's nicely written down for you. At least in my opinion, it's nicely written down for you. We're getting the same thing. We did get the same thing. Was I able to obtain this by u substitution? I am. And make sure that you know that's written down for you. I do see the x times the arc sine of x. I do see this over here, and I do see the plus c. And we're good to go. Thank you.